welcome back to OceanGemTarot, back with another message. Sorry I've been MIA, haven't been feeling well, but we are going to get into this. So today's message I have for us is, the angle of my camera is really messing me up, but that's not the message. Earthquake. So it's kind of like human fear. Earthquakes in dreams tell us that, tell us about big secrets in your life. It also represents like a shakeup or a loss of stability, extreme upheaval in your life, or with a relationship. Sometimes, or something big is coming your way, something that will change your life forever. It represents anxiety about like what's happening in your life. Also, dreams of an earthquake suggest that you have a life purpose or that you have great power at work in your mind. It's usually associated with fear, chaos, and destruction. Earthquakes open the prison doors. They shake foundations. They wake up people. They set captives free, and they bring salvation to the lost. So, kind of goes both ways. So let's get into it, shall we? I have too much stuff, and I am not organized. All right, guys, so on the bottom, we have heartache and loss. I need to turn this up. That's what's throwing me off. Ah, much better. I can see. Can you guys see me now? Yeah. All right, and then we have power. We also have patience. And then we have, in reverse, authority. So let's get into the tarot, shall we? I feel that's, I don't know exactly what the heartache and loss has to deal with, but somebody needs to definitely stand in their power. They need to learn. I feel like somebody's like being patient, and they're being patient, and they're like, but I'm being patient, see? I have the faith of a mustard seed is what I just heard. But yet at the same time, they're not standing in their own power. They have their power, and they're like, yeah, I got it. But yet something, or they're too scared of a loss, which is making them like, I don't know, live in the chaos versus their own strength. And maybe it's this fear of heartache or a loss. Maybe it's fear of losing somebody. Maybe it's fear of losing something versus someone. Or maybe it's just a simple fact of you need to set yourself free, and then you'll be free of the chaos because you'll be able to, stand in your own power. Let's see what this is. Well, all right. We have the Page of Cups and the Nine of Swords. See, can you guys see that? Boop. Then the Nine of Swords. That way you guys don't gripe at me. Let's see. Sorry, I'm going to get some more cards out to get the full gist of what is. And they're flying out like no other, aren't they? All right, so we have the Three of Swords. We also have the Hierophant, the Magician, and the Five of Coins. When you get on the bottom, we have the Strength. So that's two strengths. So I feel that somebody needs to stand in their own power. They need to stand in their own and not sit here and, they need to take the steps to go for what it is that they need to do. Because you can't just, be like, all right, I'm doing this and not do anything, because then it's not going to go anywhere. I feel like somebody has like this, with the Page of Cups, like you're a dreamer. You're like waiting for this surprise to come in. Like you want to start this legacy. You feel like it's guided, but it's like you're waiting on source and you're being patient on source. But at the same time, you might be patient and patiently waiting, but yet you're not taking action towards it. You're sitting here like still in the back of your head thinking that it's hopeless and it's not coming in. When in reality, it's kind of like How can you expect source to take something when you're not working your own magic, right? You're not standing in your willpower. You're not, it's like you need to master the skill of what it is that you're working on, right? But instead, kind of everything, you're like all scared about the chaos and everything that's going on with this, the authority in the reverse is kind of like the Emperor in reverse. Because you feel like, I don't know, something, it's like you're suffering in silence. It's like there's this grief here. You're heartbroken. Because we have heartache and loss, like twice, right? Because you have heartache and loss, and you have the Three of Swords, which is also like you're kind of like suffering. It's like you're sitting out here on the ocean and you're all by yourself, but it's kind of like, I don't know. To me, you might have three swords going through this heart, but this heart isn't bleeding because it's made of gold, right? So it's kind of like you can take it and you're good to go. So keep going. It's kind of like the waves are washing you clean. But don't be, I feel like somebody's just being really needy and they're not doing what they need to do. And instead of going and doing what you need to do, as far as learning more, mastering a skill, doing what it is to take forward movement and action, you're choosing to sit here and cry and expect somebody else to do it for you, right? And so then you're resenting those that aren't doing the work for you, but you can't expect somebody to do the work for you. You need to put in the work. I'm sure that people would be willing to help, but at the same time, you can't expect somebody to do it for you. I feel that somebody kind of like is resenting somebody for not wanting to, I don't know. It's like somebody wants you to forgive them. This is a different situation. Somebody wants you to forgive them, but yet you're not willing to forgive them. And so then there's like this resentment, and this could be like in work too. Like maybe something happened. I don't know. But whatever the case might have you, it's like this heartache and loss. Somebody's not willing to forgive something. So it's kind of like you're staying in the chaos because you're not willing to forgive and just let it go. You want to sit there and bicker and argue and be like, my heart's made of steel type of thing. But at the same time, you're just sitting here and you're insecure and you're feeding your insecurities. This could be you or somebody else around you. But somebody is like moving on. Like they're over the bullshit. They're moving on. Somebody's standing in this like Empress mentality, like you're standing firm, you're still being lovely. Somebody's like forgive and move on, that way they can move on with their lives, because somebody's like wanting to create something new and move out of the turmoil. And then there's also somebody that's like not willing to, because we have the Empress and also the Temperance, which is divinely guided. You're standing in your power. You came out of this, you're coming out of your insecurities. This is somebody, okay, cool, my heart was broken, whatever, let's wash it clean, because it's in the ocean, like, salt water and washes you clean. So it's kind of like, okay, well, I might have been heartbroken, but let's wash it clean. You're no longer willing to stand, like you're walking away from this insecure foundation. Like you're walking away from the chaos. You're walking away from the turmoil that is, and you're standing in like this Empress mentality now. It's like, all your glory, your beauty, everything's fertile, it's blossoming, you're blossoming from within, it's divinely guided. You got the Temperance out here, you have the Hierophant out here, like everything was guided, like you worked on mastering yourself. But then there's somebody here, somebody's like, you're enjoying your freedom. You're happy with the sun. You're exploring new options, right? Because you walked away. You chose not to stay in disillusionment. You walked away. That way, you're choosing to love on yourself. Or maybe this could be possibly love coming in the future. But right now, it's like it's divinely guided and you're moving on because you chose not to stay in this heartache and loss, right? But then there's this other person that's continuing, like this other energy in here that's continuing just to cry and wallowing in self-pity. But instead of doing the work that they need to do, they're expecting somebody to do it for them. Maybe they're wanting like a reconciliation and they're crying because the person doesn't want to get back with them. That's what I'm seeing. So it's kind of like you're creating your own earthquake. So you're having all these anxieties and this, that, and the other, right? because like you're afraid maybe somebody's going to find out about some of your secrets, or maybe somebody's going to, like, because this other person that you're no longer with, you know, you feel like you have to defend yourself because you're worried that something's going to get out, some big secret's going to get out, right? But in reality, it's kind of like they're not worried. Don't worry about what's going to get out, just stand in your truth. Exactly. The High Priestess. Stand in your wisdom and follow your intuition. Like, be mindful of your unconscious thoughts, because that's what's going to lead to the destruction. So you can sit here and be miserable and live in anxiety, or you can choose to like work in your own power and use this like shake up or whatever to mend your life and continue on your life purpose. Don't sit here and try to mend and be pissed off because somebody's not forgiving you, or you want to reconcile, or, you know, I just need closure. Closure's not, I mean, I've said it before, closure's not because you need closure. Closure is because you want to find some type of way, or this other person wants to find some type of way to get back in your life. And then it's just going to prolong the inevitable. If it's not going to work, it's not going to work. So why? Closure comes within yourself when you've done your healing. That's your closure. You don't need somebody. What's the closure? The closure was them walking out the door, or you walking out the door. That's the closure. Block them, delete them, whatever you need to do. Stay out of their Facebooks, quit stalking them, that and or vice versa. Block the people that are stalking you. That way you can move on with your life. Because I feel that somebody's really doing their hard work and their due diligence, and they've moved on from this chaotic type energy. They're no longer wanting to sit in their heartache, right? And someone's choosing to stay in it, especially with the devil. So, you know, justice is going to come out, but it's up to you. I mean, you're going to have victory and success, but that's only if you want it. It's kind of like you have a shaky foundation, but I mean, do you want to heal this? Because I see like one energy is being healed and is divinely guided and is moving on. You got the temperance and everything, like it's good. But then there's this other energy that's choosing to stay stuck and then mad because somebody won't forgive them. Forgive yourself and move on. Why stay stuck in a chaotic energy? Ew, that's gross. Why? Don't let people disturb your peace. It's up to you to have your own peace. Find your own peace. You know what I mean? If you need to go get a counselor because you're possessive, or somebody around you is possessive and it's just really wearing you down and you need to talk, then do that. But don't stay in negative energy or choose to stay in like this high anxiety type of atmosphere, because it's kind of like all in battle within your head, and it's all your growth. It's your emotions. It's your self. It has nothing to do with like anyone else. Is like, are you choosing to master yourself, or are you choosing and wanting somebody to do the healing for you? Because nobody can heal for you. That makes no sense. I mean, think about it. If you go and you get shot in the foot, are you gonna be like, hey, can you heal this bullet wound in my foot for me? Thanks. And you're not doing anything to take care of it or go get it stitched up. And the person's like, yeah, let me jump right on that. Wiggle my nose. Like, what was that? That show. Bewitched. I mean, you know, it'd be cool if you could do that, but it's the reality of the situation. It's not gonna happen. We have to work on those earthquakes and those dreams that we're having. If you really look into them, you know, they're telling you something. There's something going on that's underlined. There might be something that you need to change. Something's being shook up so that it can be brought to light. You know what I mean? So, don't fear it. Go through it. Because that's when the good stuff comes out. Waha. Clairvoyance, Archangel Raziel. I'm helping you with your spiritual sight and awakening you fully to clearly see heavenly love. That's awesome. Moon cycles, Archangel Haniel. I cannot see this at all. Notice how the moon... We're going to get it, girl. We're going to get it. We're going to get it, guys. All right, so notice how the moon affects your energy and your manifestations, and then capitalize upon those cycles. And then we have courage, Archangel Ariel. Be courageous and stand up for your beliefs. You guys stand up for yourselves. In the outdoors, somebody needs to go outside. We get this a lot. Enjoy the fresh air. Connect with nature. It relieves stress and gains new and creative ideas. Yeah, I dig it. All right, guys. Well, that was our read that we have today, my beautiful collective. So if you guys are interested in a personal All of my information is in that little description area right there. It says description, you know, kind of up above, boop, 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 right there. It has my email and all that jazz. Yeah. So you guys just shoot me an email. I'd be absolutely honored to read for you guys. And please hit that like button. It does help the algorithm, helps our channel grow. That we can hurry up, get to 1,000 so we can do live reads. It's going to be so much fun. I can't wait. I am stoked. And then, you know, if you find yourself coming back, subscribe, hit that little notification bell, make it say ding. That way you guys know when I'll be on again next. And until next time, my beautiful collective, you guys stay epic, stay awesome, stay fabulous.